Dear beloved stranger, if you are listening this, you are alive. And if you are alive, you are still here, still breathing, still tethered to this aching and astonishing world. That alone is a quiet miracle. But I know, in the marrow of your bones, you carry a weight that feels too heavy to name. A sorrow that hums in the dark like a forgotten hymn. A fear that coils around your ribs, tightening with every breath. You are here, yet you feel invisible, unseen even by the light. Let me tell you a story you already know. Once, there was a mountain. Not the kind crowned with snow or sung of in legends, but one carved by time, its slopes weathered by storms. For years it stood silent, cloaked in mist, while the world below buzzed with life. Travelers rarely noticed it. Birds rarely nested in its crevices. But one autumn, a tempest tore through the valley. The mountain did not crumble. It did not roar. It simply held. When the skies cleared, the villagers looked up and gasped. The storm had stripped away the mist, revealing a summit gilded in sunlight, its ridges etched with scars that glowed like gold. That is how the mountain became sacred. You are that mountain. One, the wound, a map of shadows. I will not tell you to rise above your pain. To do so would be to deny the truth of valleys, their depth, their darkness, their necessity. You are allowed to name your grief. The lover who left without a backward glance. The dream that dissolved like salt in water. The days when getting out of bed feels like lifting a boulder with bare hands. You're allowed to say, "This hurts." Anxiety is not a flaw. It is the body's ancient song, a drumbeat warning of predators that no longer lurk in the brush. But when the song becomes a scream, it drowns out the softer music of your life. The rustle of leaves, the laughter of a friend, the hum of your own breath. You fixate on the what-ifs like a sculptor chiseling nightmares from marble. Yet here is a secret. The future is not a monolith. It is sand. And you, my love, are the tide. Heartbreak is not a crack in your foundation. It is the splitting open of seed pods. Yes, it is violent. Yes, it leaves you hollow, but only so light can flood in. Consider the lotus. It begins in mud, submerged in darkness, yet it rises, unblemished, to meet the sun. Its roots are anchored in decay, but its bloom is a hymn to purity. You too are rooted in places you did not choose. But the mud is not your destiny, it is your origin story. 2. The invitation, sit with the storm. In the temples of Kyoto there are gardens designed for sake, borrowed scenery. A single maple tree, a sliver of distant hills, all framed by a window no wider than your hand. The beauty lies not in the view itself, but in the act of pausing to see it. Your pain is such a window. Sit with it, not as a prisoner but as a pilgrim. Let the tears fall like monsoon rains, softening the hardened soil of your heart. Breathe into the hollows. When the voice whispers, "You are broken," answer gently, "I am a mosaic. I am learning my pattern." There's an old Taoist tale of a farmer whose horse ran away. "Bad luck," the neighbors cried. "Maybe," said the farmer. The horse returned with wild steeds. "Good luck," they cheered. "Maybe," he replied. His son broke his leg taming them. "Bad luck." "Maybe." When war came, the son was spared conscription. The farmer simply tended his fields, knowing no moment is ever final. Your story too is still being written. In the fjords of Norway, there's a word, frilufts. Ow. It means open-air living, the belief that nature is not a place to visit, but a home to inhabit. Go now, even in your mind, to the edge of a forest. Sit where moss carpets stone, where sunlight drips like honey through leaves. Here, the trees do not judge their scars. The oldest pines wear lightning strikes like medals. They whisper, survival is not a flaw. 3. The alchemy, from scars to stars. Consider the Japanese art of kintsugi, repairing shattered pottery with gold. The breakage is not hidden, it is made luminous. What if your wounds are not flaws but gilding? You fear you are too much, too sensitive, too damaged, too lost. But the ocean is never ashamed of its depth. The canyon does not apologize for its shadows. You contain multitudes, light and dark, fire and ash. This is not a contradiction, it is cosmology. A century ago, a poet wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." But no one mentions how long the night lasts before dawn. So let me say it. However long you've wandered in the dark, however many times you've stumbled, you are not late. You are not lost. You are here, reading these words, and that is enough. There is a village in Mexico where artisans gather shattered glass from the streets. They melt it down, reshape it into kaleidoscopes, turning brokenness into portals of color. You too are a prism. Every fracture bends light into new spectra. What you call damage, the universe calls art. 4. The return, becoming the phoenix. Close your eyes. Imagine a phoenix, not the myth, but the truth of it, a creature that must burn to exist. Wings ablaze, it does not scream, it sings, because it knows the secret. Fire is not the end. It is a doorway. You've already walked through so many doorways. The day you survived, the moment you chose kindness over bitterness, the night you wept but did not drown. You are here. You are here. Now, take my hand. We are going for a walk. Feel the earth beneath your feet, solid, steadfast. See the dandelion forcing itself through concrete, the spider rebuilding her web for the 7th time, the moon, cratered and beautiful, refusing to apologize for its phases. You belong to this cosmos of resilience. In Egypt, the Bennu bird was said to rise from the ashes of its predecessor, a cyclical dance of death and rebirth. But the Bennu does not wait for permission to blaze. It ignites itself, a voluntary inferno, because it trusts the alchemy of its own bones. You too hold this power. Your scars are not shackles, they are kindling. Breathe in. I am allowed to be both fragile and fierce. Breathe out. I release what no longer serves me. 5. The benediction. You are the dawn. I cannot promise you a life without storms, but I can tell you this. The same hands that tremble are the hands that will rebuild. The heart that splintered is the heart that will love again, wider and wiser. You are not alone. You are never alone. For every ache you carry, there are 1,000 others humming the same hymn. We are rivers, carving canyons, slow and sure. We are stars, navigating the dark by our own light. When the night feels endless, remember, the dawn does not come for you, it comes from you. There's a ritual in Bali called melukat, a cleansing in sacred waters. The participants whisper their fears to the river, then drink from it, transforming poison into medicine. Tonight, stand beneath the sky. Let the wind carry your sorrows. Then cup your hands and drink the moonlight. You are both the wound and the balm. With infinite faith, Adam,